Okay, whenever you are building any application, what you need to do, you need to create a folder. This is compulsory. You build an application using Python, Java. This is the first step that you need to do because you need to keep your code organized. Okay, I have built this, I have created this folder, and then I'm going to open it in VS Code. You can go here, go to File, Open Folder, and since it's in the desktop, you can see Node app, select folder, you will be able to see your folder here, Node application. Okay. Now before starting, what you can do, what you should do is, you need to check whether your system is installed with Node or not. Okay, that is the first step that you need to do. Just go here, Node, okay, and -v. Now if you check, I have got Node installed, and you need to check npm v. See, both are installed. So what you can do, if it is not installed, you will be getting some error, okay, that says Node is not recognized. In that case, you need to go to your browser, and here you need to search Node install, something like this, and as soon as you go here, you can see a link, Node.js.org. If you click on this, it is free to download since it is open source. And if you come here, you need to identify which operating system you are using. You have got some of the operating system here. Since mine is Windows, choose Windows, and it 86 ARM64, mine is 64, and then if you click on this, it will download a file. Okay, if you click on this, you will be able to see a file is being downloaded. Now already I have got that file installed, so I need not worry. And as soon as you download this, it will be visible in the download. Okay, let me show you. Okay, when you click on this, you will be able to see it in the download. If you double click on this, it will ask for some permissions, and it will start installing. Okay, and wait, it will take some time, like 1 minute maximum. And when you come back here, you should be able to see this kind of output. Got it? This is the step 1 that you need to do in order to install Node application. Okay, after that, what you can do is, see, Node is basically used for running JavaScript files, and let's see whether we can run a simple JavaScript file or not. Let me name it as hello.js. If you go here for printing hello world, for printing something, this is a simple task that should be done by everyone before jumping into coding. Okay, console.log hello. Okay, see, console.log hello, this will actually print hello in the console. This is called console. Here we are going to print. For that, what you will do, you will use node and then the file name hello.js. Okay, as soon as you click, I am able to see hello. So whatever I have done, now it's working fine. Okay, now I have told you that there are few things that you need to understand when you are building a Node application. Node is actually an environment where you can run JavaScript. Okay, but you need to understand, whenever you want to run backend, for that you will require an application. Let me open OneNote and tell you once again. Okay, okay, I'll add a page. I'll go here. Now if you see, okay, imagine this is Node. This node has the ability to execute JavaScript files. Okay, now You cannot use only Node and build application, build larger application. Actually, you can build very simple application using Node, but there are some libraries. Already you might have seen, you might have heard this word in C programming. You will see stdio.h, .h and conio.h. These all are called libraries. In the same way, Node also has some libraries, and we have got a library called as Express, okay, and another library called as React. These are called, these are actually frameworks. React, this is used for front end, but here we will not be using it. We will be using a simpler front end tool, front end library, EJS, that is embedded JS. We will not be using this. This is very heavy, and running this requires lot of RAM in the server, so we will not be using this. We will be using one Express and another EJS in the backend, okay. And to write this also we require JavaScript. To write this also we require JavaScript, okay. And beyond this node, we will be having database somewhere outside. It can be on any server or in your own system, and we will be using MySQL, or in this matter we will be using SQLite, okay. I'll show you that also. Now just our aim is to install this Express. Who is this? See, our aim is to install Express, okay, and then EJS. For that, what you can do, you can use this npm. Npm is Node Package Manager, and we'll tell Node Package Manager to please install Express. You can see, let me delete this file. I don't want now. Okay, I have deleted. I can see our folder is empty. This is for installing Express. Before that, what you can do is you need to start a Node application, okay. For starting, you will use npm init -y, okay. This is going to, see, if you just type npm init, it will ask you questions one by one, and you will have to type yes every time. But I have given -y. This will say default yes for all of the things, okay. Now if I click enter, you will be able to see a file created here. You can see we got package.json, which was not there initially, and it has got some things like name, version, and main. This is index.js is the main file, it says, and scripts. You don't worry about all these things. Now what is our task? I said we need Express and EJS, right? So for that, what you can do, npm install Express and EJS. Here we will be using Express for building backend, and then EJS for building front end. Got it? Now if I click enter, you will be able to see we will have some new folders created here, and you will see here one more variable added, okay. Let it create. Now you see we got this folder created. It contains lot of files. You need not worry about them. Now you can see this dependencies was not there initially. Now we got dependencies. It says that if you want to run this particular application, whatever we are building, we will require Express and EJS in any of the systems. Got it? Now what we can do is we will require a server file here, and you can name server file as server.js, app.js. It can be anything. It is not compulsory that you should name it server.js only. You can name it with your name, but better to follow this one. It says that main file is index.js. Make sure that you will write it index.js, okay. Index.js. If I click, see, this is empty now. Now what we can do is we want to run a server, okay. For running a server, we will require this particular module. Okay, this is a module, you can call it a library, module, whatever it is. Now to import a module, what you can do, you can declare a variable const and express. Const express is equal to, for in C program you will be using hash include stdio.h, but here you will be using require and then the library name, that is express. Okay, this is the first step. First you are going to create an express application which is going to run your server. Now you are going to create an application. For that you will write const app is equal to, this will be our express application. Now we have imported it here and we are going to use it here to create our application. You got it? Anybody any doubt till here? If you have got doubt, you ask me. Okay, fine. All those who are building backend, you should be very clear with this, because you will have to build it again and again if something goes wrong. Okay, now this was the second step. I created application. Now what I can do is, since we are using EJS in our application, we need to use the engine of EJS, because you know what is EJS. Full form of EJS is embedded JavaScript. Okay, what it will do, if you have got a HTML file, HTML code, in between that it will be writing here JavaScript variables which are actually coming from the backend. Okay, you will see that bit later. Today you will not be learning backend, because I want you to understand very clearly each and every line of a server. Okay, because whenever you make some changes in your server, you should know why a particular line is written, why a particular word is written in your server. If you don't understand that, you can't make any changes in the server. Got it? Maybe within 2 days you will be learning database. I'll think whether we should use SQL only or SQLite is enough. I need to work on that. I'll see. Now after creating a application, what I will do, I'm going to set my app. See, app.set. I'll be using a engine called as, I'll be using the engine View engine. I'll be using a View engine, and that View engine name is what? EJS. Okay, it is not compulsory to use semicolon, but it is good practice to use it. And then what we will do is, see, whenever you are writing CSS files or any other file, okay, let me remove this. Okay, let me comment it. I'll show you. Let me run the simple server and show you what server can do. Now if you want to run a server, now we have created an express application. Don't worry about this one now, I'll tell you afterwards. If you want to run an application, what you can do is app dot. Now before writing a function name here, let me explain you one thing. See, any application which is running on websites, it is mainly HTTP. You might have seen hypertext transfer protocol. It will be working on this protocol. So you need a HTTP server to run a particular website. Okay, and this contains actually two things. One is GET request. Now imagine you want a particular web page. Whenever you want a particular web page, you will send a GET request. You will say, get me this particular web page. But there is another request called as post request. In this request, you imagine there is a login page which is having username and password here, and as soon as you click submit, actually this data and this data will be sent to the server. So it means you are actually posting this data, username and password data, to the internet and to the server. This is called posting. If you want to send some data to the server, what you will be doing? You will be using post. If you want to get some information from the server, you will be using get. So these simple words are used so that anybody who is developing should understand what they are doing. Now I want to, okay, somebody has some doubt. Yes, Praveen, ask me. You have doubt?
That was by mistake.
Okay, it was by mistake, a mistake developed. Now you see app.get, I want to send a get request. Whenever I see this particular symbol in the URL, I will be running a function. You understand, in JavaScript this is a way of writing function. This is one of the way of writing function. This is called arrow function. You observe this one. We have got a open braces and closed braces, and then we will be having a arrow mark like this, and then we have got a open flower bracket and closing flower bracket. This is actually a function in JavaScript. This is going to take two parameters. Okay, I can write it as request comma response. See, always there are two things. Whenever you get a request, whenever you have a get function, it will be taking two parameters. One is this slash, it is actually URL, it is actually route URL. You will come to know what is the meaning of this one now. And another is a function itself. This will contain two parameters, one is request and another is response, and this is syntax of the function. Okay, now you see, whenever you get a request here, you are going to send a response dot send. They have used simple English language so that you can understand what all things we are doing. A response dot send. Let me send something like hello students or something. Okay, and in order to run this server, we will actually require a port. So you can declare a port here. Const port is equal to, you can declare whichever port you want, 8080, or you can declare 33, but you can't use a permanent ports, that will be used by some of the applications. Okay, now I have declared a port, and I am going to tell the application to listen at this port, and there will be another function, arrow function. It will not take any input, any parameter, and just I'll console here, console.log, server is running. This is just for our information, server is running. Okay, because you should know that there was no error in between when we are running. See, I have written only few lines of code, and this is going to run our server. Now I have written this code, I want to run this code. For running this, what you will do, you will go and execute this file, that is node index.js. Okay, if you click, you can see server is running. And if you want to see the output of this one, what you can do is, you will go to your browser. Okay, and let me close this. You will go here, write localhost. After localhost, give colon, and whatever the number you have written here, port, that should be written here, 3000. Okay, if I click enter, you are able to see hello student. It means whatever you are sending here, response dot send, whenever it sees just slash, it will send this as a response. Got it? Now I will write another get request, app.get, and in this, at this time I want to see slash login or something. See, whenever I get login there, I'll show you. Here you will be writing login, and again declare a function with response and okay, we need first request only, request comma response, and then a arrow mark, and then flower bracket. This is a way of declaring a get request, and then I am going to send a response as this is a login page. Okay, this is a login page. Got it? Now, whenever you make any changes in the server file, now index.js is a server file. If you want to make any changes here, what you will do, you will stop the server. For that you will use control C. Control C will stop the server, and then node index.js. Just click enter. Again server is running. Go back to our code. If you refresh, you will be able to see hello student. And then if you type here slash login and click enter, you will be able to see this is login page. Got it? I hope this much was very clear to you all what is happening in the server. You are going to write functions. For this particular route, I want to send this. You see, for this particular route, this one, I want to send hello student to the front end. For this particular route, I am going to send this is a login page. Okay? Anybody any doubt in this one? This is very important because if you don't understand this, understanding something like connecting database, they will become bit complex.